This is a very old picture of me and my little brother, Doug, who passed away many years ago. At the age of 12, I was playing basketball outside on a crisp fall day a few blocks from my house, like I did every day, when I heard a loud crash followed shortly thereafter by sirens. Interested to see what all the commotion was about, I ran to see what was going on. I never imagined that it might pertain to me. What I saw changed my life and haunts me to this day. There were 2 total cars, there were shattered glass everywhere, and the paramedics were loading my mother and brother, both covered in blood, into the ambulance. I remember running after the ambulance, crying and screaming as it sped away. Very dramatic, I know. It really was. It was like in slow motion. My mother and brother were going on a short trip to the grocery store. And yes, it is true that most car crashes occur close to home. When they were broadsided by a drunk driver, ironically, a little old lady, drunk at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My brother, only 9 years old at the time, was in the front seat, and neither he or my mom were wearing seatbelts, and there were no airbags back then. Both were ejected through the front windshield. My mom suffered a very severe concussion, but my brother had devastating life-threatening injuries, severe disfiguring facial lacerations and fractures. He looked like a monster. He was really frightening beyond belief, and the first time I saw him in the ER, I threw up. He had ruptured internal organs and multiple fractures of his pelvis and lower extremities, requiring a body cast. I remember when he got better, he would try to chase me around in that body cast. It was actually quite comical. He survived, but was in the hospital for nearly a year and suffered the consequences for a lifetime that sadly was markedly foreshortened. The best words I can use to describe that day was shattered. Shattered glass, shattered face, shattered bones, shattered self-esteem, shattered family. My family divorced shortly thereafter, shattered lives and shattered dreams. The tragedy is that none of this had to happen. It was preventable with just the simple click of a seatbelt and placing my brother in the back seat of the vehicle, or if he had been younger, in a properly installed car seat. However, it was this life experience that drove my passion to become a pediatric trauma surgeon and to prevent other families from suffering similar fates. I can assure you that there is nothing worse than having to go out into the waiting room and deliver that awful, gut-wrenching news to a family and saying, "I'm sorry, we did everything we could, but we couldn't save your child." I can't even begin to describe how heart-wrenching it is to hear the screams and wails and cries of a mom and dad who have just lost their beloved child. It is a haunting sound that you can't unhear. What makes it worse is the knowing that the majority of these injuries and deaths are preventable by simply buckling up. Buckle Up for Life was created in a response to an urgent and pressing need to reduce the number of injuries and deaths we were seeing in the ER. We as pediatric surgeons and injury prevention specialists like Gloria and Emma and Patrick, we're all well aware that the proper use of car seats, booster seats, and seatbelts save lives. The stats are clear. Properly installed car seats can reduce the risk of injury and death by up to 70%. But did you know that only 1 in 4, yes, that's right, 1 in 4 car seats are properly installed? I hope that you all will join us in our quest to ensure the safety of children and families and vehicles everywhere. That's our goal, that every child is buckled up properly, as well as their families. Partner with us. We can do this. We have to. Little lives are depending on us. Thank you.